This is the Rise Motion 2 review. Sorry for the wait. This one took a while. I really wanted to like it, I really wanted to enjoy it, so I took my time with it. Usually I just use things for a couple of days and then I jump straight on to record the video. This time it had to be different. Before I get deep into the review, I just want to say to Nicole Lawrence, I understand your pain of trying to figure out how to charge this thing. The instructions say that the charger is below the capacitive button, which it isn't. It's on the other end, so I don't know if that's just mine or something's gone wrong in the instructions or they changed it, I don't know. But try the other end. You're looking for the end that's got 2 gold stripes on it. And just slot that straight into a USB port on a laptop, PC, even PlayStation or Xbox will do. Or you can use one of the wall chargers where the wire comes out. Anything like that will be fine. You should hear it vibrate. Give it a couple of hours and you are good to go. So how have I found this thing? For 3 weeks, I wore both my Samsung watch and this watch, looking like an idiot. In most places that I went to and got a couple of questions, well, hey ho, the things you do for tech. It was painful to start using the app. The app's not very nice and doesn't play very well. It doesn't look good on the iPhone. It's a bit of a outdated app. It looks like it's not been optimized for the 10S or 10R device yet. It still looks a lot like it should be on an iPhone 6 or 7. It's got really black bars at the top and at the bottom where the bezels used to be. So it's a bit off-putting to look at it and there's not much customization. The other odd thing is that the app has nothing to do with Rise and doesn't mention motion fitness either. So you're kind of putting it on and it's asking about a different device. So it's a little bit quirky, a little bit off-putting and very, very dated looking. It's got 4 main screens on there though. As you scroll through them, you can see different statistics from steps, heart rate, blood pressure, and your sleep patterns. I'm going to start with sleep. That was the first thing I really noticed. Once I got set up and running, I went to bed, woke up the next day and checked the sleep. First one, day 1, there was actually nothing there. It's like I didn't sleep at all, which is strange. But the second day there was something there and it was just completely way out. It said I went to bed at 10, I woke up at 6, and in actuality I went to bed at about 1 and woke up at 7. So I don't know where it got the data from. It's completely wrong. And I know I'm not comparing apples and oranges here when I'm comparing the Samsung Galaxy Watch to a £15 fitness watch from Rise, an unknown company, but there were stark differences in the sleep data of when it went to sleep and when it didn't, and the idea and how they work is basically just a slowdown in your heart rate, so it should be pretty much the same regardless of how much the technology cost. The second inaccuracy that I noticed was the step tracking, which always seemed to be about 4,000 steps behind, and that was compared to the Galaxy Watch. I had the Google Fit app installed on my Android phone and obviously the Apple Health app on the iPhone, and they were all in a similar ballpark. Granted, my phone isn't always in my pocket, so it did miss a couple of 100 steps per day, but this is always 3,000 or 4,000 steps behind. That's just not okay. I don't expect every step to be counted, but I like to know ballpark figure of where I am. So if it's out by 50 or 100 either way, I'm fine with that. I want to know how active I was and which days I was more active than the other. So it doesn't have to be completely accurate, exact to the step. I just want to know, did I sit on my big brown butt all day, or did I get up and move and hit somewhere around the 10,000 mark, which is recommended from the British Health Association. And that's pretty much impossible to tell when you're thousands of steps out consistently. So it was a bit of a bummer, a bit of a letdown. But onto some good news. The heart rate tracker seemed to be pretty accurate. When I was walking and I get back and I check both devices, granted one's on the left arm, one's on the right, so I expect them to be slightly different. They're only ever out by 3 or 4 beats per minute, which is pretty accurate. So the heart rate sensor does get a good thumbs up from me. It was pretty consistent. Whenever I tested it, it always seemed to be very close to what I was getting on my Samsung watch. So that's good news. The blood pressure monitoring, I don't know, is it accurate at all? How can you test it, really? I did use it once of a blood pressure cuff, the sphygmomanometer, for those who want to use the technical term. And to be honest, it was around about where it should be, but it would be because it was just an average reading. So I don't know. I didn't test it more than once. I only tested it once, and I don't know. It's not something I would track personally on a watch because it works in a completely different way. And I don't think you really can get a blood pressure reading from a watch that accurately, really. I don't think the technology is there. Could be wrong, but either way, I didn't test it that much. Notifications. So it does do a couple of notifications, like text messages, Facebook, and Twitter. And so when you get them, you get a long vibration on your wrist, you have a look, and a lot of the time, you missed it. It's gone. Unless you look straight away when it starts vibrating. The notification's on there, but there's no way of really getting it back other than going into messages, and you can have a look through that. But the overall operating system for looking at messages and notifications is lacking a lot. And also when you're checking the watch as well, it's very hit and miss. You can never, ever, ever get it raised to wake. That's just not a function on this. I'm guessing the accelerometer just doesn't work. I mean, I don't know if you can. You do have to touch the capacitive button in order to get it to wake, but when you do it, it's very hit and miss again. I found that sometimes I have to hit it 3 or 4 times just to get it to wake, just so I can see my steps all the time, which is frustrating. I just want to raise, check the time, done, that's it. I want to glance at information on there. So there isn't any other buttons on here, it is just the one button. As you can see, there's nothing on the side, nothing on the other side, but on the front is just this little bit down here, the little capacitive button. And to be honest, I don't think you need much more. I think it adds to really good build quality on there, and it's interesting design. It's very simple. Overall, I don't think anybody should rush out and buy this. If you want something simple and basic that gives you a rough idea of if you've moved or not, if you want something just to alert you when you've got a tweet or a text, by all means get one. But I think for the price range, you could probably just get another one for £15-20 more, which isn't a great deal, and you can get your into Fitbit market then, and you can get a good Fitbit for that price, which is more reliable and more well known, has a better app, and you're going to get updates as well. This hasn't had a single update since I had it out of the box, and I don't expect it to. I don't expect the app to update, and I don't expect the watch to get any updates either, which means it's going to get outdated very quick. Over the next couple of years, fitness trackers are going to drop in price dramatically. When Fitbits first came out, they were like £150, £180. Now you can get them for £40, £50 if you look in the right place. And in the future, they're just going to get cheaper and cheaper. They're going to be so accessible that you're going to be able to pick up a good fitness tracker for £10, £15 from Fitbit or from somewhere like Xiaomi. They're also breaking into the fitness market. And that's more important, the longevity of a device. To me, this is very disappointing. It could have been good, it could have been great. Unfortunately, I don't think it is. It kind of upsets me a lot because I started doing tech reviews because I wanted to scream and shout about products. I wanted to be like, hey, look at this, go buy this is awesome. I'm not getting to do this with this one. I feel like I'm kind of slagging the product off a bit. I'm kind of slating it. It's not what I want to do. But on the other hand, I guess with a pinch of salt, every cloud, silver lining, I can warn people and say, hey, save your money. Put a little bit more towards it and get yourself something a bit more reliable and something a bit more well known that you can actually have a bit more functionality with as well. This starts and ends with this. You won't check the app often, you're not going to get movement reminders. It's upsetting. So keep your money, don't buy this. Sorry, Rise. I like Just Be Care. I kind of like the solar power bank, but this isn't for me. Sorry. Thank you for watching. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Please comment with anything else you'd like to see down below. And remember to subscribe for future videos coming shortly. Thank you again for watching. Peace.